Hey everybody, welcome to the Combo Wombo podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Gimpy, joined by the one, the only, the always controversial Chipmunk. What's up, brother?
What's up, dude? This is the most non-traversy podcast out there, bro. What are you talking
Non-traversy, yeah.
about?
It's the
Dude, don't bring the shenanigans and tomfoolery here
the
from.
biggest lie that came out of your lips, brother.
I don't think so, dude. I think we're pretty. I don't know. I think I'm just kind of more realistic about like things that need to change in the video game industry are like above our pay grade.
The smoke coming out your ass is just
the nose is growing.
Yeah, right. But what's up, bro? It's been a couple weeks, man. I took a little break last week for Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Big Ninja Gaiden fan here, so I needed time. I needed time to fully embrace the game. So I have one more achievement to go to get all the achievements in that game. It has been a blast. It is everything that I've wanted from a modernized like 2D side-scrolling Ninja Gaiden game. Games Kitchen just knocked it out of the park. Kudos to those guys. I haven't played through the Blasphemous games. I own both, and I think it's high time I start them because those guys really just chef's kiss. Kudos to that. I absolutely loved Ragebound. It was fantastic. It hits the nostalgia points, hits like the great pixel art points. The game design is phenomenal. Coyote Time is so like every little game design thing we've gone through on this pod, they've done to the point where like just opening the game and playing it, like you're kind of left in awe at some of the detail that they've gone and done to just like little tiny stuff where a lot of studios would just just gloss over and go, nah, it's fine. We don't need to do that, right? It's good enough. Like you could tell that they're big fans of the series and that they put their whole heart into it. So, for Games Kitchen,
that AAA polish finally coming out, dude. It used to be the standard, dude.
I know.
The games used to work.
So I will say that the game is so good that Koei Tecmo, Team Ninja, Platinum Games, so Koei Tecmo, publisher Team Ninja, is in conjunction with Platinum Games making Ninja Gaiden 4. They have their work cut out for them because Ragebound was so freaking good. So, I hope Ninja Gaiden 4 reaches that level, even like partially, because damn, other than that, the big thing that's happening this weekend is the Battlefield 6 beta is going on.
Oh, yeah, I've been seeing that, dude. People have been hyping it up.
DICE's return to form, and it better well be, right? Like, EA forced the majority of their studios to work on it. Like, if this game's not good, then the hell's wrong with you? I'm not...
I mean, there's a lot of reasons it could be. This is the AAA polish, though. Like, if it's like everyone working together, pulling together, but I don't know, man. It's kind of been the problem, like who were just talking about the last week there, not the Ubisoft. I want to say NCSoft for some reason. It was like NCSoft is the Korean game. They have their own problems. Yeah, man.
Right.
Ubisoft though, where like you're trying to add like everything in the kitchen sink into a game, and like it's hard to like polish that. Where it's like there's so many moving parts, there's so many departments and different people working on different aspects of that game, where it's like a whole game studio in of itself is like, oh, we just do the combat, or we just do the open world navigation.
Yeah, there's like studios working on one single part of the game. But I mean, playing the beta, it's the most fun I've had in Battlefield in a while. The audio design is probably the best part. Right? You know what? Yes, it's nothing new, but that's what I wanted, right? It's what you expected from a Battlefield game, and now you're finally getting it. It's like finally the studio goes, okay, well, we'll actually listen to you. Well, because your last two times at bat, you kind of shit the bed.
It took wild swings, dude.
Yeah,
they're like, who's this for? This is like trying to get like a mass audience, and then, again, like when you're going so wide and you're throwing everything at the game, you're like, it's like, bro, like. Halo had the same problem. Everyone knows this, like when you're trying to like grow your audience, and it's like do you like give up like what the core fans enjoy
Halo
about the
was
game
Halo
too?
was the audience. What are you talking about? Halo had the problem. Are you talking
Yeah,
modern
we're
Halo? Or are you
like,
talking
yeah, I'm
1, 2, 3?
talking
Because
modern Halo, the
okay,
modern Halo studio, where it's like,
okay,
we're trying to do so many things, like, and then we're not getting back to like the basic core that people want of like co-op, couch, co-op, split screen. Like it's like,
okay.
oh, we'll say we'll do it. We understand that's what you want, but we're not going to do it. Whereas like this Battlefield feels like they're like, yeah, we heard you, and we're going to try and do that though. Like the
Right,
back to basics,
right, right. It just took them 6 years or whatever it was.
Yeah, dude.
So, but I'll say I'm enjoying the beta. I'm not a big fan of the Liberation Point map, um,
Yeah,
and people are like, okay, some of the movement stuff, but I think feeling like classic Battlefield is kind of what Battlefield needs right now. So like
yeah.
2042 definitely had some top tier movement. Like even though people didn't care for the operators and stuff, like movement felt good. This one you're a little more
Yeah.
grounded. Like the coolest movement thing you're gonna do is a slide or a combat roll off of a higher point, but
Do a
that's what we
barrel
want. You
roll.
can still like parachute off stuff. You can still do all the crazy Battlefield stuff. It's been fun. I've been really enjoying the gunplay. I've been like I've had so many different like friends that were just always online that I've never not had a 4-man squad basically, so
Yeah, mobbing
it's been
deep.
fun. It's been fun. So, I wouldn't say I'm going to pre-order it or anything because EA that's where they go insane. They're like, oh, look at all this money, and they become
All
Gollum,
right.
and just lose their damn minds. So I'll probably buy it on release. I'm enjoying it enough to have that be because like the FPS space. I've said before in the pod, I'm a little just kind of disappointed in the whole genre right now, especially for the
Mm.
multiplayer offerings. Nothing's really scratching that itch. I know I've been playing like Splitgate and stuff, but I've been saying this whole time that there's something that Splitgate's missing, and obviously they're still working on the game. They've gone back to beta, but Battlefield's scratching that just mess around with your friends kind of a thing, right? Like
Yeah.
Battlefield has been one of those games where you don't have to play it sweaty to have fun or to contribute. And
Yeah, because it's so big,
that's
there's like something you can do.
yeah, that's that. And 2042 had the issue where it was too big, where you rarely felt like you were making an impact on the field. But this beta session, I've felt that my squad has been making a big impact to the overall game, and the general populace that we've been getting matched with. Whenever people are going for like a point, I've had it to where my squad's going, other squads will look at it and go, hey, they're going here, let's follow them. So we
Yeah.
would roll in like 20 deep, right, to like one single point. And it wasn't a rarity of that happening. And I'm
It's
not
our
saying that.
checkpoint now, dude.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that 2042 didn't have it. I'm not saying BF5 didn't have it, but this one, it feels more like everyone understands how the game is meant to be played versus everyone being out for themselves. There's definitely people who are like, okay, I'm going to get 100 kills, right? Like, that's still a
Going
thing.
rogue.
But it seems, at least in this beta, that people are like, remember how to play Battlefield, remember how the game works, remember what you're supposed to
Yeah,
do,
dude.
and they're all kind of participating. So it's been fun.
It's nice, man. Finally, I don't know. It's like a knowledge gap too. It's like it's really hard to understand like open world field, like 100v100 type scenarios or like 50v50. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I
Sure.
think like battle royale kind of changed like the landscape and all the other battlefields up until this point. Was the other one like Bit Battler? Yeah, I think
Battle
people
bit.
understand. Yeah, Battle Bit,
Yeah.
classic Battle Bit, dude. They held the line for us, dude. They ran so
Yeah, so
Battlefield
so
6
so
could fly.
so Dice could get the shit back together.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think somebody had to like show them, dude. Like, this is what happens when you don't have like a lot of good competition, and we're seeing more and more like people stepping up from the indie space to be like, "Yo, this is how we can still make good games, dude."
So there's something that I wanted to talk to you about. What kind of wanted the topic of this today's episode being. So Battlefield 6 is the first AAA game that's
Quadra
requiring
A.
a secure boot to be active to
Yeah,
play.
dude.
For the anti-cheat, stuff, and
They've
some
been doing
people
this
don't
for a
like
while.
it.
Isn't it like
No,
kind of just proving that this shit don't work? Like the kernel level anti
Valorant's
cheat. Like,
Valorant requires it for Windows 11, but they
yeah.
haven't enforced it for like Windows 10 or anything. So, Battlefield 6 is the first AAA game to require it. So, one of the big things that I think that we've seen that this is the way that the industry has been going. So it's kind of like it's just finally that thought is being realized. I don't mind it. People are like, oh yeah, you're gonna be exposed to my whole computer, kernel level anti-cheat, right? I I think cheating is a problem, and I understand why people are like, okay, I don't want to give access to my whole computer. I understand that. On the other end, too,
Don't give access to your whole computer to any
being
corporation.
right,
Never do it.
being
They have
realistic
patents to
too.
read like your screens already, dude. They track your mouse movements for Call of Duty.
On the
Out
other
there, dude,
tab,
they've been collecting your data. They're training bots with it.
There's other ways. Every other company has
Super
been collecting it,
bots.
right? You have your cell phone on you at all times, right? Like there's other ways, man. Like I'm not that interesting,
Just look into it, bro.
I'm not.
All I'm saying, dude, look into like the
But
history of EA with all their patents for
oh,
stealing user data, dude.
I understand all of that. I understand
It's
all the
very
big
real.
companies.
It's not like,
but let's get without the conspiracy stuff to
no conspiracy. They are doing it.
Let's get without the conspiracy stuff and direct you towards cheating, anti-cheat. And they've reported that there are cheats already in the game, and they've banned like 300,000 people or something crazy like that. I just pulled that number out of the air, but they've banned people already.
Just making it up, right?
What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that, I mean, Call of Duty 7 has confirmed to require secure boot as well. The biggest FPS game that comes out every year is requiring it. Battlefield 6 is the first to jump, and they're doing it in October when Windows 10 loses support. Obviously, they can still use Windows 10, but Windows 11 is getting the support from Microsoft going on. So, what's your thought on that? Do you think that if there could be a better way, I think they would have tried it. But what's your point? What's your thought?
Basically, once you put a game out there, like you're fighting against infinite time and money because that's what the hackers have. Whereas, like, as a company, you have like limited time and money to like make it as like bulletproof as possible and to like combat the problem in general. User tools is one thing. I think they're talking about like AI at one point because it is pretty supernatural, like the way bots play, and like it's pretty noticeable while you're in the lobby. So it's like that data is going to be showing up somewhere. So the deeper conspiracy theory would be like they don't care and they love the bots that are in there because they're spending money. It's like just another user. They don't care if you're like using cheats and ruining that experience for other users. That's part of it. I think like the Stop Killing Games initiative is kind of like the way forward, where like at a certain point, like these game companies are gonna be like, all right, we're gonna stop caring about it, like cheating, and then we're just opening it up and we're gonna let the community fight the hacker community, and like you guys can duel it out. If you want to ruin the game, go ahead and ruin it for yourselves. Like I don't know, there's like not a great solution, and I don't think kernel level's gonna help anybody at all. Like it hasn't like been proven to show that's like more effective or anything, and they have shown that they are like collecting data and analytics for like their own like research purposes, like just to improve the game and make it better, and like possibly train up AI models that they to run bots for you on the back end or to detect cheaters. So that shit takes time. It's not like there's like a silver bullet for them, right?
Yeah there's this thing, man, where I think some people who are most vocal about it are the cheaters, right? Like that's the feeling I get a lot of the time. And there are definitely cases where people are false positive reporting and stuff, right? But just look into yourself, right? Have you ever had a false report of cheats on you, right? Like I don't know anybody
talking about steroid allegations.
I don't know anybody in real life
like, so good
who have had false allegations, and I'm just saying this as just a human being, and maybe it's true. I don't know, but there's obviously this like layer of mistrust where it's like, man, these anti-cheats suck. They reported me for no reason. I don't cheat. It's like, really? There's something, man. There's something, and then the cheating as gaming has become more
like,
mainstream.
If you're in the cracked like 0.001% of like people out there, yeah, you can get false positives. Like if you're just like that fucking, if you're him, dude, there's a few people who've been like him, but like they find it, like because it's like shown like in all the other game data as well. So then it's like when they like go and they're like, oh shit, this guy is him, dude. Like what the hell? Right.
But I mean, to not like out us.
You're not him, dude.
We know
most people aren't him.
We know people who have done like the pro gaming scene, right? We've known people in our personal groups who as you said, are him, right?
Yeah.
None of those people that we know have, been falsely accused. So
Not one,
that's where I'm
dude.
getting at, man. There's you're getting into the level of witch hunting and stuff with this, but
Yeah.
I'm
saying, like,
do
if you're like
think
new
that,
to the scene and like you're just coming out and like you're just like
mhm,
spectacularly good at the game, maybe it's like not your first account or something, like you like ripped it and like started new again. Like even
mhm,
those accounts, they move so fast upward, and like everybody, like the circle gets smaller and smaller at that skill level of like the top,
mhm.
0.001% of like real recognizable. Like I saw with like a USA player, like the little like rhythm game. This guy was like, I'm gonna make a new account, and like see it was like 2 days later, like, oh, this is this pro. Like this is obviously like a new account. Like we just know because of like the skill levels like that niche where it's like the pros like blindfolded can like spot other pros like gameplay styles, dude. Like so yeah, you're not him, dude. That's all that to say. It's like the circle of like trust is very small amongst like the upper echelons of like pro gaming scenes, and like you usually like get introduced and know people in it. It's not like, oh, who's this random fucking person from out of nowhere? That never happens. You're a cheater, dude. Like it's out like it's pretty rare.
It's interesting. I will say, without siding with the big corporation or anything, I'm happy that EA is doing something, because traditionally they have just been like, yeah, we have an anti-cheat. It's
What
doing
was the
its
game
thing.
they just killed? Was it the not Apex Titanfall 2 online? They're just like, yeah, fuck you guys, you're on your own. Good luck. For the cheat, like the cheat became like where the game was unplayable, and they're just like, yeah.
That's because they had the hackers
They're like,
or
fix
script
fix the
kiddies
game.
have
Team Fortress 2 also had like the same problem of
they
like
have botting. Yep. Team Fortress 2 had botting. Titanfall 2 had people who just could close the entire server just
I mean, it
from
was
the
like
user level.
Fallout 76 had that on launch.
So
but,
there's
people find a way, dude.
Yeah, but the company doing something right away, I think is better than them launching with nothing. Cheating's been a problem for a while. It's gotten more publicity as it's a problem. They'll always fight against it.
It's gotten easier,
but
like it's more available as well.
I'm happy that something's being done. Every corporation is going to try the kernel level anti-cheat at some point. It's here. But if you don't want it, don't get it. Right? That's your way to fight it. Don't buy that game. But the vast majority of people, they don't care enough. Like
that's why they don't use Linux, dude. Like most people are like, yo, if I could play like Fortnite on there or Counter-Strike, and it's like, oh, I think you can do Counter-Strike now because of Steam, but for the longest time you couldn't, like for Dota and stuff. It was like, oh, we need the kernel level anti-cheat. So I don't know. It's a lot of people won't switch to Linux because they're like the top competitive games, like they're popular, man.
Also, you need to know a little bit more about your computer to switch to Linux for the most part, right? Like, yes, there are user-friendly OSs like Pop, Ubuntu, and stuff like that, but at a certain point, those who like the big thing with Secure Boot 2 is people are like, I have to go into my BIOS to do something, right? If you're on the internet, like you use this device in front of you for most of your life, right? At this point, the current generation, you have never known life without a computer. So if you've never gone into the BIOS or something, it's like driving a car and never changing the oil, right? It's one of those things where you should at some point know a little bit about how the device at your fingertips works.
Nah, that's too much work, dude.
Okay. I could be wrong. I could be an old man, But yeah, man. I think that the anti-cheat stuff. You're always fighting an uphill battle. We'll see how
is it just gonna get worse?
Javelin works. How I forget Counter-Strike's anti-cheat name. It was something like Falcon or something. I can't remember, or not Counter-Strike. Call of Duty's anti-cheat thing's named, and let's say Counter-Strike, their anti-cheat is clearly terrible because cheating is a huge problem in Counter-Strike 2, which they're all like, we have a new measure when they had 0 before. So we'll see what happens, man. I think that's the big war happening in the AAA space right now. It's not just them trying to take games away from us. It's them trying to fight cheaters too in these multiplayer games. So we'll see how it goes. But with our last little bit of time, man, I do want to talk about our own personal projects. Before I go, I see you're laughing. What's up?
I just got something in my throat. My throat's like, I feel it, dude.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm gonna unmute my mic and just be like, Yeah, let's talk about personal projects.
Yeah,
Like,
even though you're just like dying in the background. Yeah, right. I got you. All right. So, do you have an update on anything you've been working on personally before I get into my stuff? Because I don't think I've told you yet. Maybe no, I did, but
no, I don't think I've anything I want to share. At least I've been doing some fun stuff, but
okay.
It's not video game related.
Sure.
But, yeah, I've been doing hobby stuff. I've been drawing every day still at the desk with the tablet. Still great. Still great investment. 30 minutes a day. It's fun. It's really fun. I'm getting better. Turns out if you draw every day, you get better. I've been getting better.
Yeah. Turns out practice makes perfect, right?
Yeah.
So I've reached what I consider my first milestone in the pig game. I have the pathing, the just general AI stuff. I'm considering done. I've stress tested on an actual mobile device. I've had a point where I've had 30 pigs in one thing just living, pathing, going, having things they wanted to do. I've scaled back down my now target. I'm running like 3 pigs at once for my next test. So I'm doing gameplay stuff now. I'm there's the hunger system is implemented and now working. So I'm actually testing on a device, testing with a huge number of assets was probably what I've been building towards for the last few months, and actually doing it and having the things work was fantastic, man. So I'm in that next hurdle. So
it's been keeping you like focused up on it, dude. You say you have like a set schedule or like a day or something?
Yeah, set schedule. Wednesdays during the day are my day to devote a good chunk of time towards it. I have reminders constantly throughout my home, walking around. Every Friday I do a wrap up of what I've accomplished that week. So I'm kind of giving myself that euphoric drip of seeing like the
progress,
the hash marks line up, seeing the progress. Because a lot of times when you're working on something by yourself, and one of the big things that I feel for me personally leads to the burnout on projects is I don't keep track of the progress I'm making. So at some point I'm always loading up the project and I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? I just see all the work that's going on, and it's hard to see the work that you've already done without something just tangible that you feel that you're seeing.
You're like sailing in the fog. I get you, man.
Exactly.
You're like, all right, we're in the fog. Like, I know we charted the course and like we got the sails and we're using a compass, dude. But like we can't see. We're in an ocean of nothing, even if the fog clears.
And on top of that, man, I've been showing not only you but Sir Solace, my partner in crime, the other half of Danger Kings, and we've every time always great conversations about not only just that project, but our own kind of way of making things, right? So hearing someone else's process, especially in each iteration, has been great. And shout out Solace for throwing assets my way too. He gets excited about the project too, throws me a new asset to work with, and I that sparks off a whole nother level of creativity. So where I go further than I wanted to that day, right? Which is a good thing. So
a couple of salty seafarers singing sea shanties together, dude.
Exactly. So it's been fun. Progress has been made. So I'm happy about that. We'll see. It won't be another step into not being another abandoned project. So but like I said,
nice.
We're hobbyists, and it's hard to.
I feel like as long as like you're doing something with that time slot creatively, that's what really matters. Like even if it's not like this project, like I feel like
right, definitely.
That's what it's about. Just having fun with your hobby, talking shit about the AAAs for messing up.
Right.
I don't know. I think it's frustrating because like we know how hard it is, and it's like you guys have the resources and shit.
Just have the resources, and it's literally a job.
Just do it, dude. Like it feels so easy to do, and you have like so many talented people that are so passionate about the craft, and like you somehow like stomp and drain out all of that, and like you put it out like turd sandwiches. Like, come on, man. Like,
exactly. So for that, stop making turd sandwiches. AAA, Mr. Gimpy. That's
Chipmunk. Make more Ninja Gaiden.
Take care, everybody.